Hi guys, and welcome to the Chef Wednesday vs Sunderland match preview. So Sunderland are going to be going away from home in the Carabao Cup to take on Chef Wednesday on Wednesday night. It's a 7:45 kickoff as well at Hillsborough. So before we do get into it, of course, remember to hit the like button, and if you don't, you know what happens, guys. You know what happens. You know what happens. You're going to have to do it, you know. Save the animals and all that. Save the animals. I don't know how this has come about at all. But yeah, it is just a cup competition, and I have gone over my thought process towards cup competitions a million times on this channel. But, you know, you've got those who say, you know, don't bother with it, just focus on the league. But I'll never understand that. I'll never sort of understand that, you know, a fan that almost is willing us to lose. Because that's what you're saying, essentially. Saying, no, don't worry about it, focus on the league. So what does that mean? Throw the game? That makes no sense to me. I'll never will or want our team to lose. And I know some people say that, you know, but if the focus is on the cup, then you're going to lose out in the league, or you'll mess up in the league. Why can't you do both? You know, people win quadruples. Do you know? Teams that win quadruples. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you can only do one or the other. I've seen some content creators say that. I don't understand it. It's like, you know, which one would I rather want, this or this? Why can't you just go for both? I'm not, obviously, I don't believe in a million years we're going to win the competition, but a football game is a football game. You go to win it. That's it. End of story. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, of course, I'd expect us to use a completely second-string squad, but go with the process and the mindset of going to Hillsborough to win that game of football. If we don't, we don't. But why would we go? Why would Alex Neil? Now, Alex Neil would never in a million years send a team out and will them to lose or ask them to lose or say, you know, just chill out. That is not what Alex Neil is about, and it'll never will happen in a million years, as I say. So, yeah, of course I want us to win. Would it be a particular loss if we lost? No, I wouldn't, because of course, yes, like you say, the priority is absolutely the league, but it doesn't mean that we need to just roll out of the cup. But Chef Wednesday, we know what they're all about. We only played them recently, didn't we, in the League One playoff semi-finals, which was a cracking semi-final anyway, over the course of both legs. Two really good sides, really exciting games, and we know what they're all about. They are a good side. You know, they've started off relatively well, similar to us, with a win and a draw. They most recently beat MK Dons by a goal to nil. Before that, they had a crazy 3-3 draw with Pompey. But you know the quality they've got. It's very similar players I said last year. But you know, with Bannon in there, there's always going to be a threat. He can open up a defence like that, or he can chip in himself. You know, he's a very, very good player, amongst others as well, as we know. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my preferred starting 11 for this game. Although there's going to be two different lineups, and it's difficult because we have a very, very threadbare squad. So I basically just wanted to give loads of players who haven't necessarily been playing or starting game time, but at the same time remaining somewhat competitive, I guess. I think there's only one player that remains because we don't have a left back, or at least a second left back. So we'll go into him anyway and we'll discuss it. So here's my preferred starting 11s. So the first one, we've got this three at the back. We have Bass starting. It'd be nice to see him, see what he's all about. We haven't seen him between the sticks yet. And then we've got the three at the back with Alessi, Bailey Wright and Winchester. Now, I've made it clear that I'm not a fan of the three at the back system. We kept on using the second string squad in pre-season, using the three at the back system with wing-backs, and we look really, really poor. But, you know, just for the sake of game time, let's just say that that's it. We don't have another natural centre-back to fit the three at the back, so Winchester has been there, he's done there before, and he can push over a little bit to the right, where he has played right back. Now, in the middle, you've got Matete and Luke O'Nien. I know I'm always banging on about how Embleton is better from the centre, but I don't want to crowd the centre too much and put three in there. I certainly don't want O'Nien pushing too further forward, because I think, yeah, it can be dangerous, O'Nien, when he gets forward, but as of recently, when he does try and push forward, it's just a headless chicken, and that's all he really is. So I'd rather him stay to what he's supposed to know, which is in the centre, and push Embleton a bit further forward. Sirkin, of course, the only left back we have. I could have maybe changed it up and maybe put Embleton there and use him as a left wing back maybe, because he is both footed, but I'd like to see him either be in the centre or a bit further up the pitch. As a wing back, I wouldn't really want Embo there, although I'm not saying that he couldn't do a job, and Sirkin probably does need a bit of a rest. You know, we might see, you know, Trey Hume on the right hand side and Winchester on the left, or vice versa of defence. You never know, but there we go. So that's what I've gone with so far with that one, with Embleton and Roberts behind Diaku. Now, yeah, you could argue, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Sims starting up top, because you know we've seen Stewart start up top by himself, and then we've seen Sims and Stewart. So now Alex Neil might actually use this as an opportunity to see how Sims plays on his own back, you know what I mean, by himself. It might do that, but for me it's a case of don't risk what we've seen. You know, we've seen Sims and Stewart play together last weekend and they were absolutely phenomenal. Let's not risk an injury here in this cup game. So Dietrich, who is, you know, he's a winger. Is he a great player? I don't rate him particularly, no. But he apparently, or at least they used him a few times or a couple of times in pre-season as a striker. Diamond, of course, I believe he might be on the verge of joining Fleetwood, so I haven't included him in there either. I could have put Diamond on the winger or as a fullback maybe, but apparently he is on the verge of joining Fleetwood. But like I say, Embleton and Patrick Roberts, it'd be nice to see Patrick Roberts from the start, in behind Dietrich. I'm not massively confident with that side or with our second string squad altogether, if I'm being completely honest with you. But that is one of the lineups. And then the other one, I have gone for the four at the back with Bass in goal, Sirkin at left back, Alessi right, and then Trey Hume. Matete and Winchester in the centre, and Onai maybe just sitting just a little bit in front. I know I did say that I don't really want him to be or pushing too far forward because he's a bit of a headless chicken, but it's just to accommodate Winchester there really. Embleton and Roberts alongside with Daka again up top. So there's two different options there. I mean, it really is a difficult one because we are so threadbare. We're so short in numbers. We need another full-back, at least another left-back at the very, very least, because Sirkin can't be used there all the time. We're constantly using midfielders as right-backs or left-backs. We're putting, you know, square pegs in round holes at the minute for a lot. I mean, we've done it for the last sort of 3 years, and it's crazy. It's criminal that we've been starting off with, you know, with Gooch, who's mainly a winger, really. He's been playing at right back for large portions. Winchester has been, 09 has over the years. So that's why it's become a bit of a nightmare now when you're trying to rotate. But those are probably the kind of lamps I would go with. They're pretty much the only ones I'd be forced into playing. But of course, in the comments down below, let me know what you think we should be going with tomorrow night at Hillsborough. But now for the score predictions. It's a really, really difficult one. And I am struggling. I know I predicted a defeat for the previous game against Bristol City, and I was wrong. But I am predicting a defeat again, just because I don't think that second string squad is great. And I think he is going to go for it, and it's going to be a bit of a mess. They're probably going to go almost full strength, but with the odd player changed here and there, you would think. And I just don't think that is a great or a good enough team. Maybe anyway. It depends what system we go for. It's just the feeling I'm getting at the moment, and I feel like that could be our first defeat of the season. You know, a 0-0, potentially. Of course, yeah, it's nice to see a bit of winning momentum. It'd be good to see some of these lads who are sort of fighting for a place, and, you know, they've all got competition in certain areas of the pitch, you know, try and prove their point and prove their worth. That's going to be interesting in itself anyway. But I just think it could be a bit of a mess, because I think it's just going to throw a load of players together that don't necessarily, you know, not train together, but we know what we want when it's the first team. They gel together. They're working on, and no doubt that they've been working on something for this game anyway. But to me, when you use a second string, it always just feels like you've thrown all the players together that haven't had much game time and say, off you pop, do your thing. And I know, of course, it's going to be a lot more in depth than that. But with that kind of lineup, I can only sense a defeat, maybe like 1-0. I could be completely wrong, but that's just the kind of feeling I'm getting from it. But down below in the comments, of course, let me know what your score prediction is going to be, and also your preferred 11. But that is the preview to this game done. If you've enjoyed, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We've recently passed 15,000. We want to keep going. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.